So Rita, I guess my question is that what I'm hearing is, does council right now want to continue, to have Doug continue the process, at least getting the potential, the discussion of an October 5th subdivision plan request? Because if we don't get the request, it isn't going to matter to us. Like, we can't do anything about it anyways. If we don't get a request, we can't extend it anyways. So really, it's whether we want Doug to go from September the 8th to October the 5th to try to get the investors back on side to get a subdivision agreement transition, and then in the same breath, provide direction to staff to provide every letter that we potentially can to say that we're the only person we're dealing with is that individual right there. We're not talking to anybody else, and here's the motion that says that. I'm hearing that. That's what I'm hearing, because we really, if we stop now, if we don't say anything today, I don't know if Doug, I don't know if we don't say anything today, are you anticipating trying to continue to do till October 5th or was it your intention to let us ask you that? I guess I'm struggling with who's doing the request and who's pushing. I think we both want the same thing, which is we want development on those lands, but they have to ask for the request, and the only person that can ask for the request is the investors.
Correct.
So that's the part for me.
Your ballpark. What do you?
First of all, uncharted territories. So we are a little further ahead than we were a year ago, and that's now we do have the full database of the owners. That's something that we did accomplish, and that took a tremendous amount of time to get that completed. So we are a tiny hair ahead, not much. If I have clarity through communication, documentation, and council's endorsement, I guess I'll say, that the willingness to move forward as the plan presented is there, and I need this. I need to submit a draft plan extension by October 5th, and I can get them to agree to that. Then we can continue. That investment on our part is the cost of a draft plan extension and a few more hours of video conference calls. So relatively low cost compared to the $175,000 of engineering that's required to get us to that next step on the subdivision application. So yes, I would take those steps. I'll state again for your records, as I've said all along the way, I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing to do for the owners and for the community, and that's where we've stood since day one, just to erase this is a windfall for our company, because it might be profitable a little bit, but it's not looking like a windfall today.
So do I have a councillor putting a motion forward?
I will move that. I'll move that council authorize Doug to continue discussions with the ownership group to get a potential draft plan approval extension by October the 5th.
I have a seconder.
And as well as recommend staff to provide Doug with any letter indicating such need that he requests as to relates to who we're talking with and who we are not talking with with regards to this ownership.
Through your worship,
Yes.
the one clarification I put there is that council recommends Doug to continue, not that we authorize Doug to continue, because as Doug is not our employee, right?
That's right. So as noted by the clerk.
Okay. And you're still good with seconding?
You bet.
So I'm going to get the clerk to read that back. And is there any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Do we have any recourse to demand a retraction from Remax?
Which are you more interested in?
Council.